go. And it's day 26.
Good, because I totally forgot what day it was.
26 of NTI with two crazy teachers.
Yes, it is.
But didn't you say, how many videos have we done?
This is our 40th video.
Oh, 40th video. I feel like Oprah.
It's 40 official video.
After she's, did all those years.
Too bad we don't have anything to give away.
I know.
Like, you get a bottle of water, and you get a piece of trash, and you get an interrupted child, and you
Yeah.
get another NTI day, and you get another NTI day.
You get an email.
You get a phone call. You get a text message.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all we
Maybe
got.
we'll do something to celebrate our 50th.
I think we should.
That's big.
Because you know what? I wonder if our 50th will almost be on the last day of school.
Probably. Maybe. Just depends. All right, maybe we'll see.
Okay. We'll make it to where it's the last day of school.
So, anyway.
Okay. Word of the day. Word of the day is garnish.
Garbage.
Garnish.
Oh.
Not garbage. Although
I feel like garbage.
Landrick suggested that my word of the day be narcissist.
That's a good word, too.
Yeah, so we might save that.
I know
Look it
a
up in
few.
the meantime. I did too. Okay, so garnish is a verb. It's Garnish, and it's a verb. And it means basically to decorate or embellish. So when you use the word, I love the word embellish. When you use the word embellish, it means to make, like, to add things to it. So it can also not just be like decoration, like on things, but it can also be in food. Like,
yeah, I was thinking about food.
to add decorative or savory touches to food or drink. So you could have a pineapple milkshake and have a slice of pineapple on the side. Or you could have a plate of spaghetti and have a piece of basil as a garnish.
Listen, this past Christmas, we had a ham. And I went out there with a nice bush outside.
Yeah?
And I cut some branches off.
Like a
and
sprig of
It's got red berries on it.
holly?
Maybe.
But you
I don't
didn't
think it's holly.
You didn't eat it. Now that's scary.
We didn't eat it.
The
no.
rule is, the technical rule is that you should never garnish a plate with something that is not edible.
Oh.
I learned it on Chopped, the
Chopped.
show on Food Network. I learned that on Chopped. Anyway, because somebody might accidentally eat it and then, okay? And here is the sentence I chose to use. My dog, I thought he was choking. The chef garnished the plate with edible flowers. Yeah, well, pretty nice.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right, so we had some national days, and I probably didn't get as many as I was supposed to, boss lady.
I didn't check.
So, actually,
I did check that one.
These couple days have been, they've been boring.
They have. The national days aren't great. Nothing really has
Days
happened in history.
Not very.
I think it's just like a melancholy mood, and
Yeah.
it just so happened that the
Boring.
national days.
So it's National Prime Rib Day.
I don't know what prime rib is, to be honest with you. I mean,
It's
I know it's a
rib
meat.
that's prime.
Don't they put it like some sauce on it or something?
Maybe. It's not very important. It's National Babe Ruth Day, which I am going to talk about
I know Babe
my boy
Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I know Baby Ruth.
You do?
Well, not personally. I know who he is, and
I
I
know
know Baby
Babe.
Ruth candy bars. Those are good. Were those named after him?
I don't know if they were.
I bet
they are.
I bet so.
National Tell a Story Day.
I like
Okay.
stories.
There's one time we were supposed to Zoom and Miss Mason fell asleep.
And
That's
then
a
there
good
was
story.
another time we were supposed to Zoom and
Then she forgot
just
to be
forgot
home.
within 15 minutes.
And it's National Devil Dog Day.
Oh yeah. Those are those cakes, right?
Yeah,
They are
but it's
good.
also for people that have been given the nickname Devil Dog.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but that's what
Really?
it said. People that have been given the name Devil Dog.
Devil dog.
You
What if it's
devil
something-
dog.
What if it's something bad and we're talking about it? On
I don't
camera?
know. Hopefully you don't get that name.
I like the snack cakes, devil dog.
All right, so that's all I got.
I did know that the first mouse was introduced, like keyboard mouse, by Xerox.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was really the only interesting thing that was appropriate. There was all kinds of gloom and doom. I'm surprised
Which I
you
love, but
didn't capitalize on those. There's a car coming. So I am going to do a book recommendation because I was going to do the book recommendation MouseNet, but then when I started looking at the book, it was actually a little bit lower reading level. And even though it's cute because it's about this 10-year-old girl who's trying to invent the world's smallest computer that's the size of your thumb, and the mice find out and they want a
You're telling
computer
the
like that.
whole story
Okay,
already.
anyway. So the book that I'm going to recommend today, this is kind of a new, but it is a very good book, and I hope that you are reading something while we're off, is The Great Green Heist. And green is spelled G-R-E-E-N-E because they're not talking about the color green, they're actually talking about the last name Green. Not to be confused with our very own Miss Green. Quiet, please. them to me. So the Great Green Heist, and here's what it is. It's 6 through 8. It's young adult. It's fiction. It's realistic fiction. And it says Jackson Green swears he's given up scheming. Maybe that should have been our word of the day. Then school bully Keith Sinclair announces he's running for student council president against Jackson's former friend, Gabby De La Cruz. Gabby wants Jackson to stay out of it, but he knows Keith has connections to the principal, which could win him the presidency no matter the vote count. So Jackson assembles a crack team. Hashimi, he's a tech genius. Victor Cho, he's the bankroll, he provides the money. Megan Fieldham, she's a science goddess. Charlie De La Cruz, the reporter, and together they devise a plan that will take down Keith, win Gabby's respect, and make sure the election is done right. If they can pull it off, it will be remembered as the school's greatest con ever, one worthy of the name, the Great Green Heist. It's actually really good. I read it with the kids. And they have a sequel, and it's called To Catch a Thief. And it's good too. I think I read that one on my own, but it's really good as well. So it's like a middle school scene, and I recommend it to the kiddos because it's very realistic. Like they could think, oh wow, I can relate to these characters because they're very similar to me.
I'm gonna kill your dog.
That is horrible. Listen, he's lonely. Even though we just went on a 4.5-mile walk with him, he likes to be the center of attention. If he were laying right here, he would not be barking.
I hate when the kids in my class do that. When somebody's talking and they're like this. Shh.
We really shouldn't do that right now.
Okay, so it is.
Oh, I forgot you had Babe Ruth.
It's Babe Ruth Day. Okay, I believe actually today is Babe Ruth's birthday.
Yes, I think you are correct.
I'm pretty sure he's dead, but I'm not for sure. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, but so he is his real name.
Stop.
Is Sir Bark-a-Lot. His real name is George Herman Ruth. Okay, he is known he is first known as being a left-handed pitcher for the Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
However, he was eventually sold to the New York Yankees in 1919. I forget when he was born. I think he was born in I don't know when he was born. He was born in 1895. But we'll get to an interesting thing about that. He was sold to the New York Yankees in 1919. It's called, a lot of times, and you said Bambino?
Bambino, yeah, the Great Bambino.
So what does that Bambino mean?
I thought it was baby.
Yeah, I think that's what it means because lots of people think he had this baby face, this baby perception, baby physical features, those types of things. So what it's called is, and they called him the Great Bambino.
Is that where Babe came from?
Yes, probably. I would say that's
so
probably
cool.
why. I don't know that for sure.
So
but they call it the Bambino curse when he left because the Red Sox did not win another World Series until 2004 after he was sold. And they called him the Great Bambino. Was
there controversy over him like being traded or sent to another team?
Probably, but I'm not for sure. I don't know if there's controversy.
Well,
I bet since they called it the curse,
there probably was.
That they were probably mad that he was sold. Yeah. I would say. I don't know that for sure. But some of his records still stand today.
That's cool.
His signature move is the home run. Now, people are doing home runs, but they weren't not as frequently as he was doing.
Would he call it out? Would he be like, or was that
I
somebody
don't know
else?
all the answers.
I think that
You're one of those students that ask a lot of questions that I don't know.
I think he was the one that would like point. He'd get up to bat and he'd be like this, and he would hit the ball there.
His career started in 1914 and ended in 1935. It did not end with the New York Yankees. It ended in Boston, but it did not end with the Boston Red Sox.
So was it the White Sox?
It ended with somebody else, but I don't remember.
The White Sox are in Boston too, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was the White Sox. Okay, people wanted to know his secret though. How was he so good at it? And scientists actually studied him after his games in a lab. And their secret, his secret they came up with, was that his eyes and his ears functioned more rapidly than the other players. Then several years later, another scientist observed him or did tests on him and studied him. And his brain records sensations more quickly and transmits its orders to the muscles much faster than the other average man his age.
This is cool.
He was considered to be a hitting Superman. What's interesting though is he grew up. His parents gave up guardianship of him when he was 7 because he was a delinquent. He was an awful student. He was an awful child.
Delinquent means probably made some poor choices and acted out. And
Yes.
Didn't follow the rules necessarily.
He says he doesn't ever really remembering whether he knew what the difference between right and wrong.
Oh wow.
So he went to this Catholic school, and that's where he fell in love with baseball at that school.
Did that save his life?
It did
turn
save
him
his
around?
life. Turned
Love
his
it.
life.
Love it.
What's interesting is he always thought his birthday was February 7th, 1894. He did not realize that his birthday was actually February 6th, 1895.
So he was younger.
Until he went to get his passport to start traveling with the ball team. And when he got there, he finally looked at his birth certificate and it said February 6th, 1895. But he never celebrated his birthday on his actual day. After that, he always continued to celebrate it on February 7th.
Wow.
And he never referred to himself as being the correct age. He always said that he was a year older than he actually was.
Wow. Oh.
So that's all I have. I thought
That's
it was
pretty
interesting.
interesting.
I didn't know a lot about Babe Ruth.
I wonder if anybody out there did.
I don't know, but I thought it was kind of important. So that was one of
That
our
is really
days today.
cool.
So that's all I got. I'm the best.
Good. I'm very
I
impressed.
learned something. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in on this Monday to Two Crazy Teachers. See you later.
Bye, kiddos.